one of the primary techniques we use on Fall River. We fish a lot of sinking lines. We fish both clear, intermediate sinking lines like this one that sink, inch or two per second. And then we also fish faster sinking lines like full sink lines, depending on how deep and fast the water is and how deep we're trying to get. So typically we're going to cast down and across, not straight down river, but typically across the river. Maybe if sometimes we're going to wait a little bit to strip in, let our fly sink down a little bit, and then we're almost always going to dunk our rod tip and point our rod tip straight at our line while we're doing a retrieve. The retrieve can be anything from a long, slow strip to short little twitches with breaks, to anything in between. I usually just kind of do a sort of random retrieve until I start getting bites. Oh, and I just had a little bite right on cue, and he came off. So I was doing a pretty random retrieve right there when I got that bite. And so I'm going to, if I figure out some sort of retrieve that the fish consistently like, then I'm just going to do that. My kind of go-to out here is just, maybe 3 strips, wait, 3 strips, pause, and just like little 1 to 2 inch strips. On the hook set, typically I'm going to keep stripping while I'm feeling that fish eat the fly. And when I feel like I have a good handshake going with that fish, like, maybe it's on for 2 to 3 seconds, then I'm going to actually start to lift the rod up and play the fish normally. Usually we do get a lot of short strikes, and sometimes if you just keep the rod tip buried in the water and you keep stripping it, they will come back and they will get it for real, maybe the second or third time if they miss it the first time. So in general, we're not going to yank when we feel that grab. We're just going to keep twitching and let that fish really get a hold of that fly. And we're going to make sure he's on there before we lift up. I might have jumped the gun just a little bit on that last one. There's some nice fish rolling in this run, so we're definitely in a fishy spot. In terms of the flies that we use with these sinking line techniques, it could be anything from a small mayfly nymph. There's just lots of different kinds of mayflies. Right now there's PMD spinners on the water. That's the main thing that I see. We use a lot of different leech patterns, in your typical leech colors, a lot of browns, rusty colors, blacks, olives. Those are the most popular. We use damsel nymph imitations. We use hex nymph imitations. All kinds of things. You could just use a woolly bugger and that would totally work. And every time I bring my fly in, I'm just going to look real quick to make sure that it's not covered with weeds. We have a lot of floating weeds in here. We'll pick those up sometimes as we strip in. And sometimes if I can feel resistance on the line when I'm stripping, like there's weeds on my fly, if I feel that, I'm just going to give it a real sharp strip real fast just to kind of break those weeds off the end of the line. Let's see if I can get another bite here.
I'm changing flies after a number of casts with only one little grab. I'm thinking I'll try something different. Just keep mixing it up till you crack the code.
I'm Andrew Harris, owner of Confluence Outfitters. I hope this video was both instructional and entertaining. At Confluence Outfitters, we provide one service, a great day on the water with one of our guides. Please get in touch the next time you're headed to our area, and I can match you up with a great guide who understands your goals and expectations for the trip. In the meantime, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more of our content. Thank you for watching.